So, hello everyone. Welcome to Nerd Immersion on a Monday night here. We are back with some magical girl shenanigans in the form of Glitter Hearts, a wondrous, wondrous game written by someone you see on screen who's the game master over there with the cute little fox beneath his picture there. So, thank you, Greg, for bringing this into the world
Yes.
and allowing us to play it with the creator, no less.
Yeah, so
What
I can change things on the fly. We're like, oh, that doesn't work.
exactly? Exactly. So, Kickstarter is still going on.
Yep.
Kickstarter is more than funded. I have not checked it recently. How are we doing?
We are I think 9,400. So
Yay!
well over and growing.
That's
Um
amazing.
I got a bunch today. Like it's weird. I like it comes in spurts. Like I'll have nothing and then suddenly one day it's like, whoa, I just got a bunch of growth. And today was one of those days where I had a bunch of people shifting stuff around. So we are at 9,406.
Oh, so close to that 10,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get there.
And taste it.
Yeah, that is exciting. So let me just say one thing up front real quick, because a lot of you who are joining and following the Twitch channel as we speak are because of the giveaway link that I just put in the chat. So that's a giveaway that I have going on right now, all about Descent into Avernus. But that's a little too dark and a little too demonic for what we're going to be doing tonight.
Well, never say never.
Oh boy. That's not what you want to hear in your magical girl RPG. Also, by the way, I just searched Glitter Hearts in Google, and the first thing that comes up is the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
A whole
That's
bunch
me.
of
I Google it every day.
I was gonna say a whole bunch of pictures of glittery hearts, and then Greg's Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
I have
that
my own built-in emoji. It's perfect.
there you go. So that's that. I think we're ready to get going. We are going to, through Brenna's gracious charity here, we're going to be giving away a set of Polyhero Pink Elixir Wizard dice at some point during the stream. So stay tuned and stay in the chat, and I will activate a code at some point. You guys can enter, and we'll choose a winner at random, and you'll get some cool pink dice.
All right.
So that's it's too early for that though. So we'll wait.
We gotta ease into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I don't know. Greg, do you wanna go over what happened with our party last time?
We actually have a couple of things to cover.
Yeah, that's true. We did have
before
some
we get
stuff.
in.
Yeah.
So one, we're giving out PowerPoints last session like candy, which is good because you do need them. So I'll go into, now that people have them, what PowerPoints do and how you use them. So PowerPoints are an additional resource that you get that sort of represents you working together as a team and the goodwill that you have as a team. So when you have one PowerPoint, you can spend it before or after the roll. You can wait to see how the roll was to spend these. And 1 point just gives you an automatic +1 to any roll that you've made. So you can spend one PowerPoint and get a +1. If you have two PowerPoints, you can spend those to gain advantage on that roll. So advantage in this system means you roll 3d6 and you take the highest two. But as we all know, in all wonderful magical anime systems, there will come an enemy that all of your attacks are ineffective against, and you will need to call for a team attack. So in this game, you will call for a team attack by spending your power points. So the rule is you have to spend one more than however many heroes are playing the game. So for our game, we have 3 heroes. So you would need to have 4 points amongst all of you. And then you would spend them, and then somebody would call for the team attack. They name the attack. They describe how that works, all of you working together, and then you roll to see how well that does against the villain. If you spend 2 more than however many people you have, so in our case, if you spend 5, you gain advantage on that check as well. So there's a dynamic in there that is, you may want to spend them early on, but you also need to keep them in case a threat comes in that you can't defeat and you need them at that moment. Again, you get them anytime you help one another, so that's sort of the encouragement to act as a team, so that you are gathering these points throughout the adventure to spend to do better as you go through the game.
Makes sense.
And the other thing you do at end of every session is you go through important questions to see if y'all gain experience from that session, which we didn't do because we left on a cliffhanger. So we're going to start with those questions this time, and we'll cover what happened last time. So let's see. We talked about how Justin Abernathy, the class prankster, put a cow on the roof, which is causing no end of problems. It had to move the prep rally, and the eventual football game on the weekend has all been moved to Richmond High, which is more out in the suburbs. And so a bunch of people out there. In the meantime, you also have a new student counselor, Joris Chapman, who Justin was sent to visit Joris after causing a foam explosion in science class. And when you met Justin again, he was not the same as he was. He was a bit more robotic. So you all hang out. Your environmental club had a impromptu cow visitation on the roof and all met together. And then decided once everybody had left to break into the counselor's office and find out what was going on, in which you did find a few interesting things, the most interesting of which were two dolls in the visage, the form of Justin Abernathy and Christopher Sampson. Christopher Sampson was the kid that crashed his car into the sports equipment shed, causing a bunch of damage to that. And he has not been around for 2 or 3 days, depending on who you ask. So what we should have done at the end of the last session is ask questions to see if y'all get experience from that. So the first question we ask is, did we learn something new and important about the larger threat to the world?
Yes.
I think so.
I would agree with that.
Okay, so that's one. Did we save someone from the machinations of the evil forces at play?
No.
I don't know that we haven't quite gotten to the saving yet.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the magical heroes?
Define important.
Yeah, I mean, we learned a lot of things about each other.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. We did learn a lot about that. I don't know. I feel like the way we built our characters, we sort of knew everything.
Yeah.
Or at least we knew that stuff about each other, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
We did learn that Kara's talking about Garnet behind her back.
Oh, we did learn about
We
that.
did learn that. I'm not gonna consider that new.
Fair.
All right, next question. Did we learn something new and important about the source of the hero's powers?
No, I mean, we met Corona, and he said it's a good thing that I picked you, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah, we learned about Corona's planet.
Yeah.
It was a different planet, first of all. We learned that much. And
Yeah, didn't know that shit.
we learned about
That's big
the
information.
robots on their planet.
I would consider that a yes. I mean,
Okay.
you learned that there's other planets and that your beings from it.
All right.
So that's 2 yeses. And then the last question is, did we develop new friendships or deepen existing ones?
I feel like I developed a new friendship with everyone I met. Whether that's true.
Fair.
Because I have names. I know Nolan and Arthur are my new friends from art class.
The receptionist, you were very chummy with her.
Barb. Yeah,
Barb,
and then I
yeah.
lied to her to get her out of the building.
less of a lie and more calling to her attention what time
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
So do you all consider that a yes?
I'm gonna say yes because I want to
Yeah.
play.
All right. So how it rolls, if you answer yes to 2 questions, you get 1 XP. But we answered yes to 3 questions, so everybody gets 2 XP.
Wow.
Okay.
How in this game, how large is that in the scheme of things? Like how close is that to leveling?
So when you get 6, you get a heroic achievement. So how heroic achievements work is on the back of what will eventually be the character sheet. You write a summary of what's happened so far, and then those can be spent to get upgrades. So, for example, if you want a new move from one of your existing connections, so either your identity, your archetype, or your connection, it's just 1 heroic achievement to buy a new one. You can increase stats. So depending on where your stat is, it costs X amount of heroic achievements to increase that stat. And if you want to take moves from other identities or archetypes, it's 2 heroic achievements to pick a move from a different identity or a different archetype. So there's a lot of
Okay.
customization.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Some background noise.
Yeah. So I've got 3, but I guess that doesn't help me at all at this point.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got one from failing a check, right?
I did. I got
Yeah.
one from failing.
Whenever you get a
Failure.
6 or lower, you get experience. So,
No,
Okay.
sometimes you got to fall down to get back up.
yep, that is absolutely true. All right, are we ready to jump in where we left off?
I think
Yes.
so.
All right. So, Primrose has just pulled these 2 dolls out of the cabinet and turned around to look at everybody in shock. And I need Primrose to make a keep your wits about you check. So please roll 2d6 plus your persona.
Oh boy.
Whoa. 2 6s.
Woo!
12.
All right. So you have a choice to make. You can feel your senses being pulled elsewhere, and you do feel that you have control over what's happening. So you can decide to go visit where these dolls or are trying to take your consciousness, or you can resist it all and just stay here.
I'm going to go with them. That sounds interesting.
All right. So you all see Primrose turn around and hold these out, and then like her entire expression goes blank. Primrose, you get the sort of whooshing feeling like your soul is being dragged somewhere. And then you can see something. It takes you a moment to sort of figure out that you're staring at maybe caves or some sort of mining situation. You can feel somebody is like hacking at the rocks around you, and you look down and it's clearly your body, except it's not at all your hands. And you look over to the side and you can see Christopher also mining this same wall, and you hear in your head, is somebody in my head?
Hello?
Hello?
Who are you?
This is the weird, I'm going insane. I'm now hearing an extra voice in my head.
No, don't say bad things about yourself. You're not going insane.
Who is this?
It's me, Primrose. Who's this?
Wait, Primrose from my high school?
Yeah, from Environmental Activists, everyone's favorite club.
What? Why are you in my head?
I don't know. I just picked up this weird doll and then I felt a whoosh and then what are you doing out here? Why are you just are you a miner now?
This is Justin.
Abernathy?
You got to tell my parents that I'm gone.
Where are you?
I don't know. It's like I don't recognize anything. The trees are purple. The people are gray. They have 4 arms. I don't know where I am.
Were you abducted?
Yes.
Yikes, dude. Well, who else? I mean, you said I saw Christopher there too, right?
Yeah.
So Christopher's with you. How's he doing?
Not good.
Are
This
you
is
like,
really hard work?
I mean, and I look down at my arms. I'm like, you look like you're getting some muscle mass, dude.
Yeah, I work in a mine 12 hours a day.
Fair. That's not great. You should be in school.
I should be in school and not on a weird planet.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try to figure this out, buddy. Do you have anything that you can tell me? Anything you might remember? Anything that
Yeah,
goes?
that counselor's whack.
Yeah, he seems like it. You should. There's another you here. You're like a robot. It's weird.
Oh, is there a pod in that place? Look for a pod. I saw that movie. Look for a pod.
Oh, that is a good movie, man. Oh, but no. Okay. So, is there anything that you've heard from these forearm people or anybody
No, they
else?
say things that don't make sense. I don't understand what they're saying. And eventually they just get mad and they put a tool in your hand and they make you go against a wall. I don't know what they're saying. They're just loud and scary.
Yikes. Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I don't know how to leave your body, so I don't know if I'm here forever now. But also, I mean, we're gonna try to do what we can to help you out. Environmental activists always see everything through. So
I don't know that that's true. I have not heard that about your club, but I believe in you.
Thank you so much. You know, after all this is said and done, I just feel like we're gonna be great friends.
If you get me off this planet, we'll be best friends.
Okay, that's a promise. So, okay. Anyway, how's the weather here?
It's awful.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know how to go back. I might be with you forever.
I don't know. I've been trying to think, like, wish myself back, like in those Disney films and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do that. But don't worry, we're gonna help you. And I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, the minute you think about going back, you are back.
holy shit!
Ram.
What happened?
Okay, you guys are not gonna believe this, but my mind was transported. I mean, maybe you will. We're fucking magical girls, whatever. So my mind was transported to this weird planet with purple trees and mining, and I was in the mine of Justin, and Christopher was there, and he said that there's people who are gray with 4 arms, and they're like, he's a slave. He's just mining. He's just a slave. And we need to figure out what to do. And all he could tell me was that this counselor is bad news. But based on these creepy dolls, I think we were almost to that conclusion.
Did you say they were mining?
Yeah.
Oh
Just rocks.
So good for your core.
Oh, his arms. I mean, his arms were looking pretty good. He said we'd be best
Really?
friends if we got him back. I don't know. There might be something there. But we got to figure this out, ladies. I think it's time for us to get our, special club activities happening, and then we can save them, because I got a boyfriend to get. You know what I'm saying? And also, it's the right thing to do.
Is Corona still here with us?
Yeah, running around, like running through the hallway.
Okay, because if that's the case, I would ask Corona if any of the stuff that Prim just said sounds familiar. These gray people, purple trees, mining, forearms.
Oh yeah, that's my home.
It kind of sucks.
I didn't say it was great. I left for a reason.
Well, like, how do you get there?
That's kind of tough. I'll have to work on that one, because I only really took a one-way ticket to get here.
Is there a train station? What's the ticket?
Kind of like a giant, big, interdimensional wormhole that I jumped into and it closed behind me.
That sounds potentially problematic.
So is that why like all the people from your world are coming to our world because your world like I mean like no offense, but it just sounds like super shitty.
Well, I mean, they're kind of out of, like I explained, the Empress kind of runs everything, and like most people work for the army, and so there's just not like a lot of people left to do manual labor or, take care of the planet or make sure, there's enough food. So I know sometimes they take over other planets and then, make them do it.
Oh, yeah. So Justin and this kid Christopher, I definitely like went into Justin's mind, and he was definitely on your planet.
That's not good. I mean, I will tell you that I did come here to like select people so that you could defend your planet so that you wouldn't be taken over by an army coming for you. And I kind of left that part out when I gave you the whole deal. But like, I figured if I told you that, you would say no. And like, you saved those campers, so that was really great. So,
Rona, what the hell?
well, I mean, we're in it now. Ah!
Sorry, it's canon that I can't say anybody's full name.
I love Kara so much. Anyway, back in character.
It sounds like we got to get them back, regardless. So, and we got to figure out what's going on with this sketchy counselor, who sounds like he's probably from that planet.
So wait, do they look like us?
4 arms and gray.
Well, the counselor. I mean, like he's like not great looking, but
Well, I'm confused about how Justin's here. Well, robot Justin's here, but then Justin's on that planet. What's going on there, Corona?
Oh, I don't know. They must have made some interesting changes.
Well, how does the count? Do you guys have that kind of technology to make somebody look different than they are? Because he does look normal. You're right, Kara. You're so smart.
Well, I have some technology, like I can give you powers, which I did. I mean, that's the only technology I actually took with me.
Oh, okay. Well,
Should we go confront this guy?
Do you know where he lives?
like he's not even here.
I don't know where he lives, but I bet I can find out.
I bet you can too. You're also really smart.
Thanks. You're right.
I know. I'm also really smart.
So Kara, your phone, like during this whole thing, like your Snapchat just keeps going off.
Okay. Who's
So there's a lot from Tinsley, and then like there's like 4 or 5 from Veronica.
Okay.
Like that's like weird for her to send that many. And then when you look at it, there's like 13 from Tinsley.
Okay, so like I've been leaving Tinsley on red, but when I see that kind of volume, I'll start reading this.
So you start getting pictures like of the prep rally, and then there's a whole bunch of like, they're just around and they're like taking pictures of what people are wearing and like making, mocking emojis and circling them, like the standard stuff, the standard critique of how poorly dressed everybody in class is.
Yeah.
And then about by the 9th one, you notice that they're videos, and it's at first it's just Tinsley like, where are you? You should be seeing this. This is weird. Like this prep rally took a real turn. And then like the next one is just like an attempt to turn the camera around to face the field, and like
Mhm.
there's something weird and dark on the field, and then the next one is just screaming, and then the next 4 are just a shaky camera. As you can tell, everybody's running somewhere. And then when you check Veronica's last ones, it's pretty much the same. Like there's just a lot of yelling and screaming and a whole bunch of running around.
Guys,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
look, I mean, Tinsley can really like blow things way out of proportion. But, like for Veronica to need my help, I think something's really wrong down there.
Well, we should definitely go then.
Yeah.
You have a car, right, Kara? The burdens. Well, let's get our butts down there. I think that it's time for club activities.
I
Are we all
agree.
gonna fit in the car?
I don't. It's your.
If we have our club activities first?
Why don't we do that when we get there?
Yeah, then we'll distract people from the destruction, because man, is it a scene.
Yeah, it is not subtle.
Let's go.
So we pile into like my little coupe, obviously.
Yep.
Sure.
And head over to what's the other school? Richmond?
Yeah. How long did it take you to find a song that you like for this action sequence?
Well, I have a playlist for every occasion.
Oh, okay. So not like you just click it in and off you go.
Yeah, so this is like my like bad bitches playlist.
Of course it is.
It's very good. You can find that online later. All right, so you know where this, you've been to Richmond, whatever.
Yeah, I mean like it's where Trent goes, like I care.
Yeah, like not nobody. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Trent.
Yeah, so as you're heading down, you get into the general vicinity, and you can see the high school like about half a mile away, but you can't get to it because the police have started setting up roadblocks. And they, like, a police officer like holds out to stop your car. Like,
Okay.
like you cannot approach the school right now.
Okay. Can I roll for I've got connections? To try to get past the blockade.
Oh, sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing for this, so.
So
Ball lightning.
Can I do what's my thing? Hold on. Can I do oh no, that's a different thing. What's something to like support her? Be like, yeah, you got this. Tell them who your dad is.
Yeah, like you can just give words of encouragement. Like you can be like giving support to the story. Or like, yeah, this is that person. Yeah, so you can roll. So if you're doing the help action, Kara gets a PowerPoint, and then you will roll plus emotional if you're giving like words of support.
Okay. So I'll like pull up to the closest police officer, and roll down my window and like kind of read his badge.
Yeah.
His name.
9.
It's Officer Thomas.
Okay. Hey, Officer Thomas. Cara Caldera, so good to see you. I just had to pop into the school because my dad was here today doing some case with the principal, and he totally left his paperwork for the police officers union. So I really need to go get that.
All right. So what was your help roll?
9.
Okay, so you give the +1, and Kara gets a PowerPoint. But if this goes south, you are both in danger. So now you get to roll your I've got connections, so roll plus.
Yeah, so I got a 9, and then do I add the PowerPoint to that?
So you add the +1 that Kara gave you.
Okay,
that Primrose gave you, and then is that with your emotional stat?
Yes, then it would be a 10.
All right, so it's a 10. So like Officer Thomas like immediately recognizes you, and it's like, oh, I am so sorry. I well, it is a there's an active situation going on, but um
No, I mean, like, I know I'm not supposed to know, but like, you and I both know it's in that paperwork, so
yeah,
leave it lying around.
you are correct. So I'm gonna just run alongside your car as an escort to get you up to the parking lot, and
Yeah,
then make
that's
sure that you know, I'll just let then kind of clear the way to make sure that people know that this is just a quick, you know,
yeah.
we'll figure it out when we get there. Okay.
Okay.
And he sort of taps the car and like brushes them aside and like follows running alongside the car. Like, you got to make sure you go slow though, because you can only run so fast.
Okay, I'm gonna like definitely make him run as fast as he
Yeah, like he's chugging along, but you get to the parking lot without a problem.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, so I'm gonna go get that paperwork, and I'm gonna just lean against your car for a second.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Like, such a good job with the academy, keeping you guys in shape. Look at you.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's you work out every day. Make sure that your dad is aware of my fitness routine is top notch. When oh, okay, hold on.
I'm sorry, I can't actually comment on pending litigation, but thank you so much.
I understand. Okay, yeah, go. Just make it quick. Like, I'll hang out here, so just go quick.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're outside the school. So once you're at the school, you can hear, like, unlike what you were hearing before, it is very, very quiet. Whereas there should be lights out on the football field, all of that is dark. And you're not seeing a lot of movement. But if somebody wishes to glimpse the truth, they can. Or, since you're entering into a very dangerous situation, potentially, somebody can also choose to be vigilant. They are two different sort of things. Glimpsing the truth is sort of investigating the area, trying to figure out what's going on. Being vigilant is starting to address and assess a dangerous or threatening situation.
I'll attempt to, perceive the first one that
Glimpse the truth?
Yes, glimpse the truth.
All right. So roll plus mental.
That's the one that I was hoping for.
Be vigilant is also mental, so they both are good.
That is a big 6.
All right. So you get
these dice are garbage.
Beyond dice, you fail.
And that's why you need polyhero dice.
You know what? I'm tempted to go grab mine from next door.
In Magical Girl Pink Elixir.
That's right. We are. I think once we transform, that's the time we give the dice away.
Yeah. All right. So, mark down your experience for failing.
Thank you for your backhanded compliment.
You're very welcome. So, what happens is when you get out and you're sort of scanning around, what you notice is that there is some sort of giant shadowy creature on the football field, and the reason why you're not seeing lights is because this thing is actually blocking a bunch of the lights. And you're also noticing that while most of the field and everything is empty, there are a number of students that are trapped on the field, sort of like on the ground, unable to move or like really deal with it. And you immediately notice them, that they are Tinsley, Veronica, Landrin, Nolan, and Arthur. And they're all sort of trapped. And you can hear like they're doing their best to stay quiet. Like, they seem to think like if they just stay quiet, it won't notice them. But Veronica is having an incredibly hard time keeping it together.
She would.
Well,
I think it's time.
I think so.
I'm so excited.
It'll always feels so weird.
I like it. I love a tingle. All right. Maybe we go like behind the bleachers or something.
Yeah, well, not like right out in the open in front of the police car with the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could run into the building. Like,
Okay.
There's the direct shot to the building. So.
Oh, sick.
you can get
Okay. All right. And then I don't know. What do? We put our hands in.
What does your
No.
transformation look like?
I've thought about this a lot.
I'm sure you have.
Like one thing I was thinking, because we all have like kind of gemstone themes. What if it's like we become encased in these like gems and they like fall away to reveal us?
What are you? I know Katie's got something that she's been thinking of, probably
Ooh, let's hear
since 15 years ago. But sure, what do you got?
Oh yeah. No. Well, we could definitely do. I think like the gemstone aspects of it too. But I think that Primrose just kind of holds her hand to her chest, and she gets like this gemstone, like the puffy dandelion, and she like blows it, and it goes around, and then like each little spore lands on parts of her and blooms into her different pieces of her magical girl armor. And her hair, which is usually like almost black, like inky blue, lightens up to a pastel blue, and then finally like a little poof, and she gets a pink little witch hat on her head, and then she's like,
What an epic finish to that.
Yeah.
peace in the world.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I feel like Garnet, even though there isn't a computer chair there, there is one for the transformation.
Like
So-
it rolls in from off screen.
Yeah, so there's like rapid fire like typing on a keyboard, like that's going on in the background. I just did so much to this other screen. I have no idea what I just did. But there's like that, and then there's like a stare up at would be the screen, anime glasses, push up, close the laptop, and then spin in the chair. And I feel like there's got to be like Matrix style like ones and zeros going all up and down her, but it's all silver as opposed to green. And then those little Matrix style, binary numbers will form into all the different pieces, and then like the glasses will change into a visor and all of that kind of stuff. It's very mathematical.
It's
Love it.
Jordy.
Mathematical.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think for Kara, the first thing she does is she, stretches out her arms, and the kind of spectral skeletal wings, what is it? Appear.
Yes.
Manifest is the word I was looking for. And she starts like levitating off the ground by like a foot, and spinning around. And as she does, she manifests this staff of like just like rotting wood, like it's nasty and like crawling with maggots and stuff. There's this like pallor of like doom and like decay that's like enveloping her with like moss and dirt and just like grittiness and grossness. It's like not a like beautiful transformation.
Not what I would have expected.
No wonder
Yeah.
she doesn't like transport.
When she alights, carnelian.
And I guess there has to be, because it's part of the transformation. This is like there's over the top flashes of light. I feel like there's like some lightning and sound effects happening.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but nobody's around to see it
The
because
Well,
you're inside in the dark.
That works out well then.
windows from like outside, just like bursts of light come out.
Burst of lights are coming out, and like a bunch of people in the parking lot are like, "Did you just feel death walk by?" All right, and then you are transformed.
Yeah.
What do you wish to do now?
Run out into danger.
All right, so you make your way through the school and burst out onto the football field. You can see this large creature sort of looming over the five poor students, your friends. And next to that creature, you see an elegantly dressed man in sort of it's like a full tuxedo with tails, except it's like this weird, like crushed red velvet, like suit and pants, and he's got like a crushed red velvet top hat, and he's wearing a mask. One side is white, the other side is black, and the white side is like the comedy side of theater, and the other one is tragedy. So he's got like this weird, awkward smile, and he's got like a interesting looking cane, and he taps it on the ground and looks and goes, "Well, the main entertainment is here. Come, ladies, let's dance."
I'm sorry. It's just like crushed red velvet. I mean, what is this, like the Emmys in 2015? Like, get out of here.
She's right. Oh, he looks kind of like a bad pimp. Oh,
Did he have a cane or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I was manifesting the cane in my mind.
No, he does have a cane.
All
right. Let's do this.
Let's do that. Yeah.
What are you doing, mister? What's happening with these innocents? Hands on hips. Very, very terrifying.
I had a feeling somebody came here earlier, so I needed to make sure that you were real, and then I have to deal with it so that our plans don't get interrupted. But first, and he reaches into a back pocket and opens up like a journal and starts reading it. I see. Interesting. Well, let's take a look at your inner demons. And like from your shadows, each of you have like this weird, like you feel like your shadow peel off, and then it manifests into like a horrifying version of yourself. And then you can just hear him laughing. Yeah, like it's even worse. And what do you wish to do? You each have a weird shadow demon behind you.
Okay. It doesn't seem, I mean, they're shadows. They don't have consciousness. They're just listening. So I want to freaking blast it with my magic beam.
All right. So I believe that is, you have, it's just the pure magic beam, correct? From
my witch one.
Yep. So when you make a clash attack, you will roll plus mystical instead of plus physical. So roll your 2d6 and add your mystical.
9.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, you do damage back, but they inflict damage on you in return. So you turn around and magic beam this shadow. It explodes and then sort of swirls around and starts covering you, and you just feel it hit your skin and start to seep inside, and you can hear in your head this voice saying, "Nobody really likes you. They're just pretending. They only like you because your parents told them to like you. There's nothing about you that's special. You had to force people to be part of your club, didn't you? It's a shame, isn't it?"
Oh, so sad.
And you get the isolated condition.
Cool. What's that mean?
So you get the feeling that nobody likes you. You have a -1 to all emotional checks until you get that condition taken care of.
Oh boy.
No, I'm good at those. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if I see this happen, I feel like I've been hyped for ball lightning for so long.
Yeah.
I feel like this is my moment.
Do it.
All right. So what do I need to roll for that? Just
So you are shooting ball lightning.
yes.
So you're making a clash attack. So it is going to be plus physical.
Oh, good.
You're just basically hauling off and firing off a big ball of lightning.
Okay, and all that far and wounding stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right?
So you don't have to be up close.
Okay.
So like you can get, but they are up in your face. So
well,
unfortunately,
I'm ready for my
Yes.
next experience point. This is what I see happening. Here we go. Oh wait, hang on. That is a 10 minus 1, so a 9.
All right.
Wins.
So the ball lightning goes out and explodes. Again, the shadow just tears into pieces, and they sort of fall like snowflakes on you and start seeping into your skin. And in your head, you hear, "You think you're actually smart enough to pass all of your classes? I mean, without your computers, what are you? The internet's really what's intelligent. You're just using other people's knowledge. You've never created anything on your own, have you? And people just use you when they could just use Google and probably get better results. You gain the muddled condition. Your mind is scattered and you are unable to think clearly. You have -1 to all mental checks.
Oh boy. Quiet you.
I'm hilarious. Leave me alone.
Damn.
All right. Can I try to clash with the shadow monster?
Absolutely.
All right. So it says, I'm just looking at the rules. It says you inflict the damage rating of your weapon. So like, how does that work?
So which are you using?
I have like a staff.
Okay. Is it part of your elemental, or you just have it basically as your weapon?
I think I just have it.
Okay, so it just basically does your however strong you are, your physical rating, minimum of 1. So if you have like a 0 in your physical rating, you'll always do 1 damage, just
Okay.
because you do have boosted abilities,
Okay.
and then you can change that and add to it as you grow.
Okay. Yeah. So, sorry.
So yeah, so if you're gonna clash with them, it's plus physical.
Okay, cool. And then +1 because of the weapon?
If the weapon in itself doesn't add anything, it will do 1 damage though.
Oh, okay, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, it's just like flavorful, but instead of just like whacking him with the staff, I basically send this like shadowy stream of like dark energy toward him.
Perfect.
It's a 8 on the die.
All right. The shadow explodes just like the other ones, and ribbons come around and wrap around you.
Okay.
In your head you hear, well, doesn't somebody think they're the best thing that's ever happened? Of course. If you didn't always maintain dominance, Veronica, well, she would take over. She's much better at this than everybody else is. She's nicer, too. You see how close she is with Tinsley right now? Even afraid. She turns to her instead of you. It's a shame, really. Maybe you're not all that you think you are. You are self-doubting. You have lost faith in yourself. You have a -1 to your persona rolls. And you can hear the snap of the journal. And he goes, interesting. Well, this was an unqualified success. Good night, ladies. Enjoy yourselves. And he taps the cane, and the shadow beast like wraps around him and then disappears, and then all the lights come back on. And like the 5 that are in the thing are just like so scared, like they aren't even aware of what's going on, and you're just sort of left there staring at each other for an uncomfortable moment. What would you like to do?
The shadow things are gone, or are they still there?
They're gone.
Okay.
Your conditions aren't.
Thank you for that.
That cackle. Hey guys, we're all friends, right? Like,
God, I don't know. Why are you even asking me?
oh, no reason. I just wanted to make sure that, like, you know, you're not actually like, you know, just here because, you know, you guys cheated and then you had to, you know, that would be because like now we have this thing going and yeah, don't worry about it. You know, let's go talk to those kids, make them feel better. They look like they should have worn the brown pants.
Let's get one thing clear. Prim, I don't do things because I have to, okay? I do them because I want to, and it's about me when I want to do it, all right?
Primrose hugs her. Okay. You're really pretty. And
really?
yeah, like super pretty. Like I wish I was as pretty as you. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just telling you the truth. Okay. Oh, I need a cup of tea. Okay. Garnet, are you okay?
Garnet is very, I mean, she's kind of closed off as a general rule, and doesn't really speak up too much, but there's just like I don't know, I guess a law. Oh, by the way, did we untransform? I don't know if we.
I think we're still.
Yeah, you're still in your outfits. You're still
Okay,
transformed.
all right. I just wanted.
Out on the football field.
Yeah, just hanging out, calling each other by real names, no big deal. Hearing.
Well, who's around to listen?
Well, the teens are traumatized. They're not.
Well, they should be fine. That's fine. No, there's just like a very void, kind of like staring off into the void, lost all faith in oneself kind of a scenario at the moment here, and just like sort of just inane kind of mumbling and be like, I don't know, I mean the internet's pretty good, but I thought that was pretty good. I don't know, people use me. Just kind of like just not really aware of anything going on around her and just really just seemingly dealing with something. I don't know.
I hug her too.
And she just, like every other hug you give to her, she's just kind of you hug her and she's also there, you know.
She's just like, I'm so glad we're friends. Okay. All right. Get it together, ladies.
I have it together.
You always do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go be heroes and get those kids up and let them know that we're here to save the day. Right?
I mean, we didn't really do anything.
I feel like I did a blasty thing.
Yeah. But why do I still feel like we lost? Like they're gone, but I don't feel like we won.
Yeah, no.
I feel like we showed up and now I just feel worse about everything. And I'm starting to doubt whether or not if we were even here, if anything would have been different.
No, we can't think like that. We are heroes. And who's to say that shadow beast wouldn't have gobbled all those innocent kids up if we hadn't been here to distract that dude?
Maybe.
That ugly pimp.
True. Like, what if they were all like on that mining planet right now, getting like shredded? I don't mean like eaten. I mean like shredded, like from mining.
Oh,
Mm.
I gotta tell you about Justin's arms later, but like not now.
That's what I thought you were talking about. They were all just gonna get jacked. And I was like, well, if you put it that way, I guess that's not the worst thing.
It's not the worst thing.
All right. Primrose is going to like go out towards the kids and just be like, fear not. We are here. We have saved you. And just try to like awkwardly help them up.
Yeah.
Like Carnelian like reaches out to like help someone up, but she's this like horrible, like terrified.
I'm like,
I'm good, I got it.
It's like, can that one help us up? Yeah, like it doesn't take like they are clearly in like just states of disbelief, and they are willing to listen to whatever you say. Like you can hustle them off into safety really easy. They're like, we'll get up. Yep.
Go to the police officers.
Yeah, they like wander off, and then like once they sort of realize like, oh, our legs do work, we can move, like they just run to the police, and then they get like whisked over to ambulances to like just be checked over. And yeah, so there's like everybody seems to be gone. What would you like to do?
Well, we have to go back in and we have to get some kind of papers for Car. I mean, I'm so bad at these names. Void, heroin. What is it?
Carnelian.
Chameleon. We have to. We have to get some papers for her to hold.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too hard in the school.
Yeah, and we have to maybe not be like super sparkly like this.
Yeah.
So let's go.
All right, so should we detransform? Is that a process, or is that?
Nah, you're going to be like, boop. I'm out.
Okay.
It's a little like fart, and then we're just like,
You're back to normal.
All right, great.
Feels so much better.
So
Yeah, it's not hard to get papers. You can gather all your stuff. There are so as you are like heading back to your car, you see the local news is there with like a van and a camera, and Veronica is front and center on camera, and be like, it was so awful. I don't even know how to, like, everything got dark and really scary, and like everybody was screaming and running around. Like, was it like a bomb threat or like terrorists or something? I don't even know. But I made this I made this Snapchat filter that's like, I was at Shadow Attack, so like if you could use it and like snap it to all your friends, like, my name is Veronica, and like this is gonna be my future career. So like the more you use this, the more I become like an influencer. So it was really scary.
I go up and like get into the frame and like arm and like put my arm out. I'm like, oh my God, V, I was so worried about you. Like when you went to the bathroom, when the whole thing with the shot monster happened, like I was so glad that you got away. But being there when it happened, like I'm so glad that you weren't there at all when it actually happened. But like I will be so happy to tell you about it. And like, hi, channel 4, is it? Like, okay, yeah. Okay, so like it was horrible and like terrifying. Like, I'm just so thankful that my dear friend V wasn't there.
Oh, I mean, Kara.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice that, you know, you want to be a part of this, and that it's really important for you to feel like you're a part of this. But like, here you are and find my friends, and you were at the other high school the entire time. So like,
honey,
I don't know what you're doing in front of like the entire city, like making a
already
fool of
made-
yourself.
There's video evidence of me at the game. V, like, you must have hit your head running from the shadow monster while the rest of us were facing it. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's so interesting. Your need for love and attention. And like the camera shut off and the reporter's like, and they move off to somebody else.
Primrose is like, if you have a moment, I would like to talk to you about the environment.
Yeah, they're like,
I think we got it.
we got it. We're good. Thanks, though.
That's a wrap. Thanks.
That's
Okay.
Seriously, V, I'm like so glad that you're okay. Like, if anything.
I'm glad you're okay too. Like, you were the third person I was worried about today.
Oh, thanks, V. I'm glad that you were just there to take care of Tinsley in my absence.
She was really scared and like
Well, obviously, it's
was like totally like calling out for you, and like you just weren't there. And like I was like, I know I'm not your best friend, but I'm at least here.
well, I really appreciate you filling in for me.
Yeah, it was surprisingly easier than I thought, but you should go see Tinsley. She really maybe needs you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go talk to Landrin.
Okay.
And I'll like, while this is happening, I'll like lean over to Prim and be like, I don't know if they're really friends.
It's really hard to tell. Like they never outright call each other bitches, but like that's the energy. Like murderous intent is in the air.
I don't. It seems exhausting.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it more with a sleepover? She's like looking at you like with the biggest eyes ever.
You think I'm smart, right? Like,
You're
I know you just said
smartest
everybody
person.
was smart, but you think, and like, you would come to me to ask a question if you needed to know something, right? You wouldn't just like use the internet to figure it out, right? You'd go to someone you know is smart. That makes sense, right? That makes sense, right?
Of course. Yeah, no,
Right?
I would, because like, if I were to Google something, then, like maybe I would miss something, but like, I already know that like, you're like the knowledge bank. And also like, I don't like using computers that much because they use a lot of energy. So it's just better to go to you. I'd believe anything you told me.
I'm like, Gar, I mean, come on. You're the reason I'm passing engineering right now. And also,
Yeah.
honestly, like, why would I like take the time to look something up when I can just tell you to do it?
Yeah,
Does that help?
sort of. Yeah. Well, I think that was a magical moment. We should give away some dice right now.
Yeah.
So,
so
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate something in the chat. So if you want in, or your friends want in, or whatever, I'm gonna open a giveaway. It is now officially open. All you gotta do is type the word magical in the chat to join. You have to be following the Twitch channel. There's an automatic counter on there for about 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, it will automatically end. There they are. That's what they look like that.
Some of them.
Some of them. And then I will get you guys a set because Brenna is great. So 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the counter. If you want to type magical in the chat to enter to win, that's all you got to do, and you'll get a set of dice. There you go.
What a steal.
Yeah. So let's continue on.
All right. So, the way you get rid of said conditions is through a move called Rest and Relaxation. So, at the end of the day, you can either spend time relaxing with your friends and talking it out, or you can attempt to go it on your own and just sort of think about everything. When you do, if you're going to try to work it out with your friends, you'll roll plus emotional. If you're going to try to work it out on your own, you'll roll plus persona.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to convince everybody to have a sleepover and like kind of a little powwow about what just happened. So I would like Primrose is putting it out there to do it together. You know, so you can either come over and have some wheatgrass smoothies, or you can, you know, break her fucking heart. So it's up to you.
Wow. Well,
I mean, like if we have to hang out, I mean, like my dad's in Cabo right now. Like we my place and like pool it.
I've never been to your house before. You've never let me come over. This is big.
I mean, like it's not that I haven't let you. I just haven't like we just haven't like taken that step in our friendship yet.
I'm so ready to do that though. Let's do it. Garnet? I mean Gar.
yeah, no, I don't think I want to sit here and dwell on all this. I don't think that'll be good. And then I'll be like, but you're seriously making me reconsider.
Okay,
As you squee and like, you know, Scooby-Doo rocket off into the sky as we...
It's fine. I'll just like ask you a lot about bees and you can be like, oh, I know all about bees and tell us about it. And you'll just be like, man, I'm so smart. Okay, let's go before you guys change your mind.
Yeah, so after like everything's cleaned up and Kara, you spend a little bit of time like calming Tinsley down. And she's
Very
like,
charitable of me.
I just want to go home.
I do kind of.
I know. I'm so sorry that like Veronica was not able to handle this situation for you.
I mean, she was great, but I just want to go home.
Oh no, like I know you don't have to say that. I won't tell her.
Okay.
Just bad.
I'll see you tomorrow at class, okay?
Okay.
Like maybe we should like, can we get coffee in the morning and like skip first period?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll see you there.
Okay, I'll pick you up. Bye.
Oh, great. Okay. I love you. Goodbye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
All right. So you take the car back to Kara's place. What does your place look like?
It's like that kind of like Spanish SoCal style with like like shingle type roof, but very like palatial and like nouveau riche, like a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, do you have like all the unnecessary smart items to make the house smart, and most of it doesn't do anything?
All the smart items. There's just like pillars in random places, and they're all different. You know, you got like Ionian next to like Grecian.
Yeah, it's just like pillars are classy, and we're gonna get all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of you get to Kara's house, and like this, like the smart panel on the inside, like flashes up greeting from your parents who aren't there. Welcome home. Food is in the fridge. Just follow the instructions. Love you. We should be home this weekend.
Why can't they ever just like leave me alone?
Oh, cool.
Well, come in.
Okay.
All right.
Your house is really big.
Yeah, as you walk in, like lights, like the plate like recognizes where you are, and lights turn on just automatically. It's a little like you're used to it, but the rest of you might be a little weird because lights are just like ding, ding, ding.
It's like your
imagine,
laser
like-
section at the grocery store.
Yep.
Like the smart house, like speaker voice comes on. Hello, Kara and friends. And Primrose is like,
Oh, we
The
do
house
have a winner, by the way.
Oh.
Yay!
So, 5 minutes goes fast.
Yeah, it
it
really
does.
does.
So we have, is that Akagami? I'm gonna guess is how you say it. Is the winner in the chat.
all right, congrats.
Whoop.
Yeah, so we'll have to get your message me on Twitch, and we'll get your information to get you the dice.
Definitely.
Sweet.
Congrats. They're friggin' sweet. I love them.
Okay.
All right.
So how does your evening go? How are you all doing? And then each of you can make emotional. So at the end of the day, or at the end, whenever you roll plus emotional, just to see how well the evening went. But how are you all together? How does the evening go? What does this look like?
I think first off, Primrose is like mandatory. I need some tea. It's my nightly routine. I can't break it. And just kind of like gets under a blanket with her tea. And it's just like, so how do we do this? I've never had a sleepover before.
Well, I mean, I could make us like martinis.
I'm not 21.
Oh my god.
But I mean, I guess I can be bad.
I'm gonna say I think the operative word in there was mock.
Oh, I thought that was like a fancy like martini name.
You know what? You're right. It is.
You're so smart though. You picked it up right away. Yeah, so I think we drink these martinis. Primrose does her homework at some point.
Of course.
Because that's the rules. and,
Sure, of course it is.
and then she would just kind of chat and try to coax you guys into watching a documentary and fail.
Yeah, you're right. That would not be a thing that I would want to watch. I will, however, try to see what I can figure out about this smart house. So I'm very interested in all of the smart technology, and like not try and hack the smart house, but also try and hack the smart house.
So there's an open Wi-Fi.
Oh God.
And you find like the administrator password to the smart house controls, and
Because it's admin.
yeah, it's admin password one.
It pains me like in my heart of hearts, and I'm just like
And
like
in
I
the
start
back
to
of
there's
your-
like a light hyperventilation as I'm like, God, how can people live like this?
And in the back of your head, Garnet, you just hear, I'm impressed even you could figure that out.
Still there.
And Primrose, when people are like against the documentary, you just hear in your mind, of course, nobody really wants to do what you do. Nobody really cares what you want to do. They're just dragging you along. They feel bad for you.
So I also still have not forgotten about the issue with, so my goal in hacking the smart house, which is way not hacking, it's just like I opened up the
Yeah, you
Wi-Fi.
open up and you're in the smart house.
Yeah. My goal, because I'm not above being this petty, is to at some point try to get like when I'm not here to have like the smart house like insult Kara in the future, because
Okay.
I haven't forgotten about what I found on those message boards. So
Yeah,
I want
it is not hard to.
In my delicate state.
not now,
hard.
not now. This is
It's
like
not hard.
this is like a 2-week out thing when all of this is done, because
Yeah.
I hold grudges. Like I'll
Yeah,
play the
you can
long
absolutely
game.
set that up. That's
Alright.
not a problem.
I'm
Oh.
impressed to this level of pettiness.
Listen,
My actual friends have
Kara
messed with me.
aspires to this.
yes. This is the only kind of petty that I know, which is the long con, but I'll just needle at you a little bit. Like the smart house would be like, oh, you're wearing that. Like that, it can't see, but it'll say it.
But it'll say it. Yeah. So, Kara, while the evening's going on, you just hear in the back of your head, "You're boring them. You're not even interesting enough for these people. Who even are you?"
Man, Cars is coming for us too, and it's not even our.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, but yeah, I think that we do normal girl sleepover things, and I think at some point though we probably discuss the events that had occurred.
Yeah.
Right.
How honest are each of you with what's going on in your head?
Not.
Primrose is going to tell you guys absolutely everything that she's feeling, because she was like, well, they let me have a sleepover, so maybe it's okay. And she's like, I don't know about like you guys, but tonight was kind of hard. When I like blasted that ghost with my beam, and it kind of just like encased me. First of all, gross. Second of all, like ever since then, I just had this nagging feeling in the back of my head that like you guys, you guys like don't even consider yourselves my friends. And it just kind of hurts my feelings a little bit because I thought we were besties ever since that night. So I don't know, how do you guys like really feel about me? Like, be honest.
You can be overly bubbly to a level of which I did not know humans were capable of being.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
You told me to be honest. I'm telling you the truth. But I will also say that I am feeling, logically, I shouldn't feel all of this. I have a similar holdup, and things that I would never normally question, I've begun to question of myself and my skills and abilities, and it seems to coincide with what you're saying as well. So I don't know. But also, we were not effective against those things at all.
No. Cara, what
mean-
about you?
What about me?
Are you feeling like any doubts about anything?
Hmm?
Are you feeling...
Nothing happened. Like, I shot my staff at the thing and it kind of blew up in my face, but after that, nothing.
Okay, well, I mean, that's good that one of us didn't have any aftermath effects.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, what can I say? I'm just always like, like special things just happen to me, I guess.
Yeah, you're pretty much leader material.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
I
do
don't
you
want
think
it.
I'm your friend?
Sensing a transactional nature.
I'll sign a sheet for you.
Look, Prim, you and I do not care about any of the same things. I don't share your verve for some things, let's say. But like, and if like, honestly, Gar, if this leaves this room, you turn off every device you have right now, because I will deny that I said this.
I will like start turning off devices. But like, I know who I'm with, so I'm like beep boop boop. Like turn.
They off? Yeah.
Yeah, they're off.
Yeah, I saw you turn them off. Okay. But honestly, Prim, you are a nice person to be around. Okay. Don't ask.
Thank you. That's so nice. And I gotta tell you, you're wrong. We do care about some of the same things because I care about you.
Aww.
And I'll be like, Kara also cares about Kara.
Exactly.
We do have that in common. I mean, I always need more people that care about me as much as I can. And I appreciate that particular quality in you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, everybody make your plus emotional check.
Okay.
Hey, that's one of the only ones I have that's not at a minus at the moment, so that's good.
Oh no.
Oh.
Ooh, that's an 8.
Okay. That's I'm gonna use one of my PowerPoints.
Okay.
Because that was pretty bad. That was a 2 and a 1. Okay, that's a 5. So 7 plus 1, that's 8.
All right. So you spent your 2 to get advantage on the roll? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So, and Kara, how did you do?
5.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
So, Garnet and Prim, you clear your negative condition. However, Kara, based off of everything that was said and how that went down, which of your relationships breaks? Who was worse that evening, Garnet or Prim?
Ooh, yikes. Well, maybe I'm picking up some sense that Garnet's being like a little bit standoffish or like,
Yeah.
toward me.
There's definitely some passive aggressive.
Yeah, so like normally Kara would not care about that. But because she's, in this state of self-doubt, it affects her more directly than it normally would.
All right. So the relationship between Garnet and Kara breaks.
No.
Does that happen on both of our sheets?
Yep.
I feel great.
Oh boy! All right.
Although Kara does get an experience point.
I got plenty of those.
Welcome to the club.
All right. So eventually you all fall asleep. When you get up, Kara, are you even there when they wake up, or do you head off to coffee immediately?
Oh yeah, I guess I probably go to coffee.
All right. So you wake up and there's probably like a note from Kara, like, it was fun.
Get your own right to school, bitches.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll tell them like text me when you're ready to leave, and like I'll on the note I'll say like text me when you're ready to leave, and I'll call you an Uber.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we raid her fridge.
oh yeah, I absolutely have the smart house figure out like what we can make with the food. Because I can't cook, but I can use the internet and the smart house to tell me what things put together make food.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I will do that.
And there's a bunch of handily marked meals
Oh, okay.
in the fridge. So like they're like Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thursday evening. Like,
Has Kara eaten any of these just based on the time, the dates?
I'm assuming no.
Okay,
Call
that's
DoorDash
what I...
Chinese every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess we just eat her food.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Primrose is like digging in because she's like, whoa, this is way better than tofu scramble.
And I'm like, yeah, statistically it has to be.
Then when we're done, I text Kara.
All right. So I just super quickly call, like I don't respond, but I just call them an Uber.
Okay. The Uber shows up in the time that an Uber always shows up.
Mm.
I check the
get-
license plate.
Yeah.
Before I get it.
Garrett? Rosie? Is that? I got a Garrett and Rosie.
Garnet and Primrose.
Oh,
Yeah,
sounds-
whatever. That's close.
Yeah. what's your name? And Primrose does just like awfully just like talks the entire time to the driver.
Yeah, hood goes up on like the sweatshirt, headphones go in, and I'm just like not in the car. Basically, I'm in another world at the moment.
So you all get to school at the same time, roughly. Like you get there for your first period, but Kara and Tinsley skip and have wonderful bonding time.
Mhm.
And then when you arrive to school, there is another assembly called for second period. And so everybody's filed back into that gymnasium for another wonderful announcement from Principal Howard.
All right.
So you all file in and sort of settle down. And like, whereas the last one was kind of rowdy and spirited, like you can tell like everybody here is just sort of like coping with the super weirdness that happened last night. And you're all just sort of sitting there and Principal Howard walks out and like does that tap on the microphone that causes the feedback, and like the AV kids fix it. He's like, oh, students, there was an unfortunate event last night. We are still working out all of the exactly what happened, and there are obviously police investigations going on, and it was a trying experience for everybody there. So we have allowed today, thanks to our wonderful counselor Chapman. Counselor Chapman has opened his doors and cleared his schedule today so that any of you who are experiencing any sort of grief or trauma or just need to talk with the counselor, you are free to go and visit with Counselor Chapman at any time today. There's no need for passes or hall passes. Just inform your teachers and you can spend time with Counselor Chapman. And he motions Chapman over, and Chapman walks over and like pulls a journal out of his back pocket, and looks at it and then closes it and goes, yes, I have cleared my schedule today, students. So please come to me and we can work through any issues that you may be experiencing. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you should you need it. And like Principal Howard like claps off to the side and like nobody else joins in.
Boo!
And then he walks off. It's like, so that is our announcements today. If you are feeling overwhelmed by the events, please do not hesitate to go visit with the counselor today. That is all, students. You may return to class.
Was that journal that he had
Yep.
the same journal as the pimp guy?
That was the question I had too.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Of course.
All right. Well, that answers that.
Guys, okay.
Looks like he's in need of some counseling.
I'm imagining that I actually sat with my crew. For
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I realize
okay.
the sleepover is not going to change that. Like,
Garnet, I really think we have to stop people from going to see him, obviously. I don't know if you noticed that journal. I noticed that journal. You
Right.
obviously did because you're super smart. But I think, okay, what can we do? We gotta, okay. Kara! Just wait. Hey! Come on!
and I'm like, listen, I don't know if we need to. She's doing her thing right now. Maybe we can figure out a way that we can just stop this. I mean, aside from just taking him on head on, because I feel like that's going to raise a lot of questions. It's going to be harder to do here at school. Maybe we can, I don't know, come up with some way of pull a fire alarm or do something to get kids not to go into their room.
You would pull a fire alarm? That's against the rules.
I mean, do you want all the kids to go onto that weird planet and start mining?
I just whisked off thinking about Justin's arms, and I'm like, no, no. Okay. Well, okay. How about you pull the fire alarm? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I think that I'm gonna go speak with Clara because I think that she can like start a rumor that that he got like fired from his former job for like bad conduct or something, and then people will be less interested. And then like I think maybe because like when I like stand places with my environmental activists recyclable flyers, people tend to go the other way.
I have noticed that.
Yeah. That's something to revisit another day, but I can stand in front of the office.
That's true, but you just want to make sure he doesn't try to bring you in too.
Oh, I'm very strong-willed.
I'll say if you're gonna go talk to Kara, maybe tell her to make it something more than just poor reviews. Tell her to make it something serious, like career-ending serious.
Something spicy. Okay. All right.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna like go over to Kara, and I'm just gonna kind of like elbow Veronica out of the way and be like, excuse me, Kara.
Rude. Kara, tell her to go away. We were having a conversation. Who
Oh,
even
it's over
is
now,
this?
Z, isn't it?
Oh shit, she told you.
Oh.
Well,
That was embarrassing.
come on, Landrin.
Bye, Landrin. I really like your hair.
Oh, thanks.
Lantern, we weren't done talking. Come on.
I'm just gonna go stand in that corner until you're all done. Okay.
Okay.
She wanders off, like clearly. Veronica's like, ugh, I'm going to class.
Bye.
Landrin, if you ever want to talk, come talk to us. Free therapy. Okay. So
Yes.
hi Tinsley.
Hi. You're Primrose, right?
Oh my god, you know my name?
Yeah, you make those
spoken
weird
about you.
you make those weird cookies.
Oh, they're actually really good for you.
Yeah. That's not the point of cookies.
Maybe it should be the point of cookies because look at
No.
my complexion.
What about it?
It's flawless.
She kind of looks over at Kara like, are you going to let that stand?
I mean, like, look, good skincare is good skincare. Who am I to call that out?
All right, I've got to get to class. You deal with your charity, and I'll just see you later. Okay, bye. Love you, Kara. It was great
Bye,
talking this
Tim.
morning.
So fun this morning. Bye.
It was the best time.
Yeah.
Landrin, can you take me to class?
Yeah. Take her.
Okay, I don't have to stand in the corner anymore.
Oh, go take Tinsley to class. God, what's your problem today?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, great. Okay. And they wander off.
Hi. So I was thinking, I'm sorry to interrupt. I think that Landrin seems really nice. But
It's okay.
okay, whatever. So we were thinking that, obviously we shouldn't have people going to a counselor because I don't know if you noticed that, but he had the same notebook as that guy. So he's definitely the creepy pimp.
Obviously.
Yeah. So if because like you're really good at like talking to people and stuff. I'm not that good at that. But can you like start spreading a rumor that like he did something super bad? And so people won't want to go see him. I'm going to leave it to you, but like something really bad.
Like, how bad are we talking?
Like devastatingly career-endingly bad.
I hope you know what you're asking for.
I don't. But I really believe that you can do it because you're like so good at this sort of thing. Like, remember that time that one girl wore the same skirt as you? She transferred schools. Maybe that was kind
I
of
still think of it sometimes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave that to you. I got some flyers to hand out in front of that counseling office.
Well, I'm gonna need to work quickly if this is gonna kick in right away to stop people from going to see him.
Yeah, what are you gonna say? Because then I'll start, like also saying it, because that's how rumors work. I hear.
I don't even want to say it. Okay. So we all know he wears those really nice suits, right?
Yeah.
He used to work in the music industry, and he had the masters for Carly Rae Jepsen's new album and deleted them on purpose.
Oh my God. For a second, I was like, that's true. Okay. Yeah.
Because of him, none of us have gotten to hear the new Carly Rae Jepsen album. I know it's not true, and I'm angry thinking about it.
I mean, her music speaks to me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you start spreading like butter on toast, and then Garnet. I'm gonna go talk to Garnet.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you hear a fire alarm go off, just pretend like it's real. I guess I could have just not told you. Whatever. Okay. Good luck.
Okay, bye.
I'm gonna go back over to Garnet. I'm like, she is in, and did you know? maybe you should put that online somewhere before you pull the fire alarm, or maybe I don't know what's the best order, but this is the secret or the rumor, and then that she's gonna tell, and then also pull the fire alarm, but put that on the internet.
I will start to put that on the internet.
All right.
This rumor that, school counselor, whose name?
Record exec turned school.
Yeah, record exec turned school counselor. Due to creative differences, deleted masters for Carly Rae Jepsen's new album. Therefore, everything needs to be re-recorded. Album delayed until further notice, something like that. Put on indefinite hiatus, something stupid like that. And then I will start spreading it from as many fake doxed accounts I have throughout all of the internet.
Okay. Yeah, that takes you a little bit. So where are you going to do this? You just headed back to the class, or where's everybody going?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna be walking through the halls and playing Carly Rae Jepsen's Immersion on my iPhone.
Okay.
Not with headphones in, just playing it, walking down the hall. People are obviously
right.
What an awesome album. I know, right? I can't believe we're not gonna get more of it.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about this?
No. What do you mean we're not gonna get it's way past summer, but it could still be the song of the summer. What's going on? What do you know? Is this from your dad? Did your dad know something?
Look, you can't tell anyone that I told you, because I would get in so much trouble with my dad. But the new guidance counselor?
Yeah, he's creepy. He's old and creepy.
He wasn't always a guidance counselor.
What was he? A murderer?
Worse. He was some bigwig music exec who got into some legal dispute with CRJ. Deleted the new album.
What?
Obviously, he was disgraced in the music industry, so that's why he works here now. It's so pathetic.
Everything you're saying, it makes so much sense. The suits, the attitude, everything. I'm so angry right now. I'm grieving and I'm angry, and I don't even have anybody to talk to because I can't go.
Well, look, what I've found helps is just talking to all my friends who love her music about it. So like, I'm
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
like if you talk to
Totally.
them, that would probably help you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go meet Nancy and like we're gonna like
Yeah.
listen to the. Thank you. Like I'll keep it a secret. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
And then so as you're walking back to class, playing your iPhone out loud, you see Veronica approach.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
B.
Hello, Kara.
Oh no!
I want to apologize for my behavior earlier. I shouldn't have taken your spotlight. I called the reporter and corrected the record that you were there and I was not. I hope this does repair our friendship. Your friendship is very important to me.
Hey Veronica, what have you done today?
Well, Lantern and I spent some time in the morning getting breakfast at our favorite breakfast place. And then I came to school and I talked to my good friends. And then you showed up with Tinsley and we had a wonderful, rousing time at the pep rally. And then I felt very bad and was made clear that my behavior was inappropriate. And I came to speak to you and apologize. So I do deeply apologize for the hurt that I've caused you today.
Fine, whatever. Eat it. I'll figure this out later.
I hope that we can be friends for all of eternity.
You know. Okay, fine.
I will see you in class.
Okay.
I look forward to
bye.
learning with
Oh
you.
God, it's even more annoying than normal. All right, so I know that Veronica's obviously been affected.
Hmm. So yeah,
Primrose, where are you going? You're going to outside the counselor's office?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start being like, maybe this attack was a sign that the environment is, speaking against all the treachery that we've done. Now's the time to join environmental activists and turn this around.
People are like giving a wide berth, and Principal Howard comes out don't you have class? Or did you need to see the counselor?
No, I don't need to speak to the counselor. I need to get the word out there that there's a problem with the environment, Principal. I get time for club activities once a month.
You do. I thought you were using that time this weekend for watching the cow and ensuring that goes smoothly. So either you leave the cow situation to us and I will give you your space now, or I do need you to go to class and we will see you this weekend, Primrose Green.
Well, Mr. Howard, I have complete and total faith, now that we had our conversation, that you will handle Madame Borzon with complete care and love. So I will continue to pass these out. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. That makes you do the good work, Primrose. He's got a super weird, bright, happy step as he walks away.
Save the environment. Also, remember the song "Call Me Maybe"? Wow. I'm just
You see the secretary walk past, Prim, and she looks at you and, well, hello, Primrose.
Oh no. Another
It is
bar.
good to see you.
Justice for Bar.
I am. Did you make these flyers yourself? They are very well done.
Thank you. I used a lot of clip art.
It shows. Your taste in clip art is impeccable. Can I get you a hall pass for today so that you can spread the good word all day today? I know it is against the rules, but I feel so strongly about your cause and what you believe in.
I'm going to take advantage of this right now and say, yes, can I please have a hall pass for the rest of the day?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I will get that paperwork immediately. You wait right here.
Okay. Goodbye, Barb.
She walks off. And Garnet, where are you going?
I'm gonna go to the library, and
Okay.
I need to basically I need to spread this rumor, but I also need to sow enough information that it states that if people look it up, that the counselor was indeed a record executive at one point and is no longer one. So I need to build the background that he was a record executive first, and then sow the seeds of he deleted the new Carly Rae Jepsen.
So I'm going to have you do like a mass convince someone check.
Sure,
It's going to
yeah.
be plus emotional because you're trying to make it sound real.
You can do this.
Oh, hey, that's a 12.
Hey!
Thank you, V, the crafting muse, for your dice here. I figured they give me a Sailor Moon vibe, so I've been using them.
Yes.
Very good. All right, yeah. So, you you have never worked this well. Like, this might be your calling, spreading fake rumors on the internet, because you hit every site, and you're used to getting some transaction on things you put out there, and this picks up and starts going viral. Within an hour, it's trending on Twitter, the local Central City trends, counselor hashtag counselor scandal is number one. Yeah, it's flying off.
Hashtag justice for CRJ.
Yeah, there's all this is just becoming a viral hit.
Yeah, I put a lot of really annoying clickbaity titles Carly Rae Jepsen, call her lawyer, maybe? Stupid things like that.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, so Barb comes back and gives you a stack of hall passes. Primrose, and she's like, I filled out the top one, but I thought because you do such good work, you could use the rest of the stack for other environmental emergencies.
Thank you. I will do just that. Take a flyer, Barb. Post it in the office.
I will put this on my desk and make sure everybody who comes in to talk to our principal reads it. Your club will be very popular by the end of the day.
Okay, Barb. I'll bring you some cookies.
I am excited for your cookies. They sound delightful and nutritious.
Oh God, it's
all
not
cookies. All cookies do not have to taste good.
Oh no!
She's a monster.
They must be stopped.
Okay, Barb. Okay. Love you. Miss you. Already.
She goes back and sits down. For all your work, as much as you kids are still every once in a while go to the counselor, you don't stop it completely. But you definitely have had an effect on it.
I also I've done all of this, and I also simultaneously hate myself for having done it and done it so well, because all of the people that I like and I respect in the world would not listen to her music, and those would be the ones that would go to the counselor. So I've only saved Kara's people is the problem here.
And now they shall multiply. I do want to say, as this is going on, when there's nobody else in the hallway, is I have my pass, so everyone else is in class.
Yeah.
If there's a kid in there, I do kind of want to put my ear to the door and try to listen.
All right. So in the downtime, do a glimpse the truth check.
All right. Is
So
that
roll
mental?
plus mental.
Okay, so that's going to be a 7.
All right, so you can ask one question. What happened here recently? What's about to happen? What's the most dangerous thing here? What's the most useful thing here? What are they trying to hide? Or what here needs to be protected?
I think I'm going to do what's the most dangerous thing here and kind of like try to figure out how he like does what he does, I guess.
So you sort of wander up to the door, and again, there's like you realize that there were no windows. This was a very sort of sealed off situation. So you put your ear to the door and to start try to crane in, and what you hear inside is you can hear his voice clearly saying, "You are getting very sleepy. When you hear my voice, you will fall into a deep sleep. Sleep." And then you hear a bunch of like, you hear that unlocking of the drawer. Like you can hear the desk that you couldn't get into. Like you hear that being unlocked, and you hear like the drawer being opened, and then you hear like a whole bunch of electrical poppings, like a bunch of light bulbs being blown out. And then like from beneath the door frame you see like flashes of light, and then um everything goes quiet, and then you hear him say, "Go forth and meet your friends." And then you can hear somebody walking towards the door.
I like jump back
Okay.
with my fires.
And you see Nolan walk out.
Nolan.
Oh, hello, Primrose. I appreciate that you made us a card for Christopher. That was very lovely.
Fuck off, Nolan.
I am sorry that I offended you. How may I make this up to you?
Get away from me!
I understand you don't want me near you. I shall leave now. And he walks down. And as he's walking down, you see Counselor Chapman feel the door frame, and he looks right at you and goes, "Well, are you next?"
No, I'm very emotionally stable. Thank you, sir. And I just like glare at him.
And then he goes and shuts the door.
I think like she's like actively now as like people like would try to go there later on. She's like, "Oh man, do you smell that? I think something bad in there. Maybe if you're like adamant you gotta go maybe tomorrow when it's not Taco Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?" Emotional healing can wait a day.
You can be emotionally stable tomorrow.
Yeah.
So the rest of the school day goes pretty quietly. What do you do at the end of the day?
I think that we definitely we have to do a power. I'm like right at the front like entry area where the office and everything is. And as soon as like everybody comes out, I'm like
okay, so we cannot avoid you leaving for the day.
No, you can
Okay.
certainly try.
Cara!
But I'm just kind of like, I think that we need to have another club meeting.
Okay.
Do we want to do your house again, Cara?
I mean, like, my parents aren't home, so we'd have privacy, but like, whatever.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Let's just hang out here before the day, or like until most of the people clear out. I got to tell you guys something. It went down.
Yeah, the people leave. Barb heads out at the end of the school day.
She didn't even stay late. That's not Barb. What a dedicated heroine.
Yeah, and eventually, like, everybody's gone, and it is very, very quiet in the school again.
Did the counselor leave?
Yeah, you're pretty sure.
Oh, I don't trust that. That's some DM shit there.
Corona shows up. Hi.
There you are, little buddy.
How was your day today?
Awful.
Interesting.
Fine, except for like trying to battle forces of evil from your planet that you won't tell us anything about.
All right, so everybody, when you can, one person can attempt to consult the magical creature. So it's a straight 2d6 roll. Depending on how you roll will be how useful Corona is with the information about what's going on. Who wishes to make that 2d6 roll?
I can do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Do I have to say how I'm doing it, or do I just roll it?
Just roll it, because it's really what he knows.
Yes. Okay. That's a 6 and a 4, so that's a 10.
All right. On a 10 plus, everybody can hold 1. So you all get like a free floating +1 whenever you're going to act next. And so Corona's like, I did some investigation. It turns out that I think the counselor's from my world.
Figured that.
Yeah,
Oh.
we figured that one out.
I also believe that that the counselor may have a portable wormhole generator that allows him to switch people with lifelike robots. And if you can access the portable generator, you can actually switch them back. There has to be a focus, however. So if there's some sort of Muppet, is that what you call them here? Puppet? Doll.
Doll.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
doll.
Yes, if you place a doll in the center of the generator, it should switch the bodies wherever they are. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah. What
Convenient.
does it look like?
Well, it's probably square with a big circle in the middle. I didn't see it. I've never actually seen one.
Oh, Corona.
Would
You're
he have to keep it close to him?
Oh, he would keep it under lock and key for sure.
What does the journal look like? Like, is it have a circle on the top of it, or like, I don't know.
The journal is like a big leather bound journal.
Okay. And we looked through his office, I think, pretty well.
You did, but you couldn't get into the desk.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay.
I said let's get in that desk.
Yeah, because I mean they got Nolan and they got Barb.
Yeah.
I feel like I talked to somebody today that they definitely got. You don't remember? It's kind of a big deal, Kara. Yeah, like I know it just didn't really make that like impact on me.
Oh, okay.
It was
All right. Well,
It was Veronica. We gotta get him out of there. Veronica's hot, and my boyfriend's in there.
I go to say something and I'm just like, nope. Yeah, well, maybe we can get into the
like
desk.
I guess those are good reasons.
And also to save people. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we can peek out into the parking lot and see if anyone his car is still there.
You don't see it, but Principal Howard's car is still there.
Yikes. Principal H.
All right, so we have to sneak around a little bit if we want to try to get in there, or wait till the principal leaves.
We could go to the cow again.
Unless he's got the principal.
No, he didn't seem like a robot.
Not
I think we see
earlier,
Yeah.
but Barb wasn't
We
either.
sneak over to the office and see what's going on there. The guidance counselor's office.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So whose office are you sneaking to?
Chapman's.
Okay. You can get there really easily.
Okay, let's get there.
Yep.
So like we can see in there, right?
Yeah. Like again, the door isn't locked at this.
Right.
Oh, you have your keys. You got that.
Oh,
from
wait, we
before.
have the keys.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you easily get inside.
Okay. And had I previously tried to open the desk with one of the
Yeah,
keys?
and they
Okay,
didn't
and
work.
none of them worked.
Yeah.
As we're
What
sitting
if we
there,
just break it?
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you like go to break the, like you go around to the desk and like you're gonna pull on it, the room grows very, very dark, and then the shadows sort of envelop everything and then pull away, and you see a figure in red velvet with a cane
The pimp.
who's standing there is like, exactly according to my profile. And we're gonna stop there.
No.
Guys, we didn't transform first. He knows who we are now.
Oh, no.
He knew all along.
Yes,
How do
I
you-
know he knew probably, but now he has no question.
All right.
We could try to play dumb.
What? Whoa.
I know. We
We're
just broke
here for
into your office for
counseling.
fun.
We're bad girls.
We were hoping you had some stuff that you confiscated off someone else.
Mm.
We were going to try to get into it.
You got that marijuana?
We heard you were keeping the Carly Rae Jepsen album in here.
Oh my god, that's right. We heard you had the masters. We are here for them.
The rumor is just that you really have them.
All right, let's do our end of session questions. Question 1: Did we learn something new and important about the larger threat to the world?
Yeah.
I would say
I
so.
think so, yeah.
Yes. Did we save someone from the machinations of the evil forces at play?
Kind
I feel like we like diverted a lot of people who probably would have gone.
And we definitely stopped the whatever's happening at Richmond.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Did we learn something new and important about one of the magical heroes?
Yeah.
Mm,
We learned like our darkest fears.
Mhm.
yeah, and we learned that Kara's parents leave her alone all the time. She has a smart house and doesn't eat the meals that they're prepared for her.
Daddy issues.
Did we learn something new and important about the source of the hero's powers?
Yeah.
Corona told us
Corona
that
told us, yeah.
that's technology.
Mm-hmm.
Corona brought technology, and that's the only thing Corona brought was the ability to make people heroes.
Yeah.
Exactly 3 times.
Yeah, and we also learned that our powers did shit against those shadows.
Did we develop new friendships or deepen existing ones?
Definitely broke one.
Yeah. Did that.
Also, you and Tinsley had a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we have
I think
more
we
than
also had a
3.
moment, Primrose.
Yeah, I think we got closer.
Absolutely. So you answered yes to 3 or more questions, so everybody gets 2 experience points.
Awesome.
What up? That's 6.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to start failing more. I'm just too
Don't
good.
do it. Don't fail. Do well.
You say as you've got like 80,000 features. Like
All right, so you can write a summary of what's happening so far for your heroic achievement, and we can cover advancement.
Okay. So, let's see. Learned. Oh, we learned of the threat. Oh, failed at defeating the threat. Learned about each other.
shared our feelings.
Yeah, learned. Shared feelings. What else do we got? Oh. Successfully started an epic rumor. Starting. Epic rumor. Took the fight to the villain.
Yeah. So, with one heroic achievement, you can either spend it to if you want to do a stat increase, you can raise a 0 to a 1 for one heroic achievement, or you can learn a new move from either your everyday identity, your magical archetype, or your mystical connection.
That's interesting. I gotta see. I don't remember everything.
So, out of what we've done so far, what would be defined as a heroic achievement?
It's whatever you wish, like however you wish to summarize up, like what, like when you write it down, like what caused you to gain new powers. It's like your sort of your record of what, like how do you think what events led you up to gaining new source of abilities. So it's free form for you. It's however you want to write it. It's the heroic achievements are much more for the player, so that at the end of a campaign, like you can read through everything that happened and still like have a good memory of here's all the things that happened to this character. So it's just
last time in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Question for you, Greg. So
Yes.
I picked this feature. I know just what to say, which says I gain a +1 to we can do this rolls when I'm rolling emotional.
Yep.
Is that like an in combat thing, or is that an out of combat?
It's anytime.
Anytime.
Because that's your everyday identity, correct?
Yeah.
Or is it? Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a counselor.
Yep. So anytime you use your words to support people, you always get a +1.
Nice. Okay. Nice. I'm gonna support the fuck out of you guys.
So
Call me neck brace. I be supporting.
Oh my god.
All right.
So I get.
So how do you fix a broken relationship?
So there's two ways. At the end of the session, you can either, so if there's broken relationships at the end of the session, you two can decide if enough events happened that you form a new relationship, and you can decide what that relationship looks like. Like, so we spent time away from each other and we come back and we're like in a cooperative relationship, or you can come back and say I'm in a competitive relationship. Like, you can fix it at the end of a session. You just sort of have to talk about how does it look now, what changed, how has it changed, and then you can repair it. You can either repair it through rest and relaxation, or you can repair it at the end of a session.
Okay.
This is interesting. I'm trying to see what I would pick for my. What did you guys pick, or is it only
We
me?
don't.
'Cause
We
I
don't
have
get
6
to pick.
experience.
Yeah,
Because you got
it's only-
6.
That's right. All right. Well, as much fun as a lightning barrier shield sounds, or the ability to be super fast, which is also a thing that I could do. I'm trying to also like base on what's happened to decide like what makes sense. Like, we are definitely not a well executed machine, so I'm not gonna take that one because I feel like
What?
we are still stepping on each other's toes.
I think we're doing great.
You would think that. Where's the other one here? The intellectual. I've got a plan. And then I did say logically a couple times. There's one called Logic Dictates.
Yeah.
So what does keep your wits about your rolls typically?
So that's when, often, like when Primrose picked up the dolls and had to like maintain their core self-worth, that is a keep your wits about you. It's whenever your personality is under attack or you're in stressful emotional situations, instead of relying solely on yourself, you can walk through logical steps and then think about it in a different way. So you get to roll mental instead of persona.
Gotcha. That may be something, because my persona is a 0, and I forget why, but based on what happened, when I failed the roll and found out all of what Kara was saying about me, I have a -1 to persona rolls.
Yeah.
I don't think I've repaired that. because I've been nothing but catty
Mhm.
at this point.
Why you gotta be that girl? We don't have to be
Yeah.
like that, man.
I still have those self-doubt conditions, so
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd say maybe not yet, maybe.
You guys just need to have some cookies with real butter and
Yeah.
get over it.
We gotta talk it out.
No, you know what? I'm gonna be. I think I'm gonna be. So what's a be vigilant check? Remind
So
me?
be vigilant is when you enter into a dangerous or threatening situation. So you roll plus mental, and the questions that you get to ask are different. So it's much more about what is happening in this situation. So, like, whereas Glimpse of Truth is about investigation, for Be Vigilant, the questions that you can ask are, what's my best way in? What's my best way out? What dangers haven't I noticed yet? What's most vulnerable to me? What seems to be the monster's weakness? And what's my best way to protect this area and the victims here? So it's much more about quick assessing the situation.
Okay, then I'm gonna take quick thinking because that sounds like a thing that I would like. Where I gain an extra 1 hold on be vigilant checks, even on a 6 or less.
Cool.
That sounds reasonable to me. Okay. What else? Or is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
You picked a move. You
I
got a new
did.
move.
He
Awesome.
moves.
So, all right. So that seems like that was the advancement part of it, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
So again, as you guys can see, very easy to do so. A lot of interesting just on the storytelling side, although there is some dice rolls. We make it fun by our ridiculous personalities. So all right, I think that's going to be it. So why don't we go around the horn here and have everybody say who they are and what they do. And Greg, we'll start with you because we're playing a game that you wrote.
Yes, I wrote this
Amazing.
game. It's on Kickstarter. It's
Awesome.
called Glitter Hearts. Yay!
Yay.
This is my notes.
Beautiful.
Um,
Cute.
You can find me on Twitter at White Wing. I'm also part of an actual play podcast called Very Random Encounters, and we did do a mini season of Glitter Hearts, so you can listen to that and hear more about the game that way as well.
All right, Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. You can find me on Twitter at lazy_mermaiden. There's a link to my Etsy shop there where I make pins based on D&D deities. Yep,
Super
Raven
cool.
Queen.
Yeah.
I'm also on the Adventure Maidens podcast. We will be having a live Twitch stream of our next episode 69,
Nice.
next
Nice.
Wednesday.
Nice.
Nice. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, and Brenna, who's just so graciously, I do have the information which I will get to you, provided dice for a giveaway. Pink Elixir dice. Tell us about you, though.
Yeah, so I'm Brenna. You can find me on Twitter at Brenna Noonan. I make board games with Starling Games, and I also make dice with Polyhero Dice. So that's my full-time gig, which is super cool. And then I play way too many role-playing games in my spare time.
The answer is there's never way too many. There's always probably just one more.
Just one more.
Just one more. I can fit
Yes,
one more.
I
I
can
can.
do it.
I got this character. I think I can fit it in my schedule. It'll be fine.
It's fine.
We'll make it work.
Fine. It's totally fine.
My life isn't falling apart around me.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, guys, I am Ted. This is Nerd Immersion. This is my channel where we're playing this game. We've got, I think, one more week on the docket to play of Glitter Hearts, which will be next Monday, rounding out the month of September. And I think basically syncing up right with the end of the Kickstarter.
Yep.
Awesome.
So that works out pretty well. I will be back tomorrow here on Twitch playing Dungeons and Dragons. We'll be doing the final week of Evil Month, which is pretty
Ooh.
interesting.
Ooh.
We planted a lot of magic beans, and that led to a pyramid being raised outside of Kalimshan. That pyramid was actually a casino run by a mummy lord. It's been a weird genesis to get us to this point, to say the least. My
It
character
always
went from
is.
like no attunement items to now I have so many magic items I don't even know what to do. because turns out when you're a bard with expertise in deception, poker is a great game to play at a casino.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I got kicked out of all the low stakes tables because they're like, no, you play with the big boys. But one of the more important things, which is the reason why a lot of you are here, is this giveaway that you can see in the link I just posted, where I'm giving away a bunch of stuff from Descent into Avernus. There's typical Gleam giveaway style stuff where all you have to do is follow the Twitch and you can get entries for referring friends and following on all the social medias. But there is a super special exclusive giveaway that's going to happen live on the Twitch channel on the 1st of October. So that'll be right after the main giveaway ends. I'm giving away a collector's edition copy of the book, the one that you can only get at hobby stores, along with a set of the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus dice and miscellany to someone who's there in the chat. So we'll do the kind of give you a code on the break, come back from the break, draw the winner, and there you go. So there's 2 chances to win, and based on the way things go, unless things drastically change, you have a pretty good chance of winning the in-stream giveaway to get yourself a copy of that book. So be sure to come and hang out. And there will be a Mistress of Modules this Sunday, I think, maybe. The previous episode's been canceled like 6 times, so that one's just not happening anymore. And we're moving on to one that's run, or the modules created by Chelsea, aka Little Red Dot, who you may know from Princess of the Apocalypse here on this channel and a whole bunch of other shows. We're running her module. So that's it for me, guys. Have a magical rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.